everyone, this is KwekuC for Team Super J Sci. I'm here with another episode of What's in the Box. This is a CGC box that I came in, and it's got a bunch of slab comics that I'm going to open up. I'm going to, off camera, I'm going to go ahead and pre-open this, and just so that we don't spend all that time on camera showing me cutting things open. All right, see you in a second. Okay, so I just got into this, and I've never seen this before, so I'm just going to turn this around so you guys can see what I just saw. That's a lot of CGC goodness right there. That looks pretty cool. All right, let's see if I can just pull these out and let's reveal these as we go. All right, first one I got here is Ghost Spider. That's the a 9.8. Love it. I'm just gonna go through these really quick because there's a lot of them in here. Next one we got here is another Ghost Spider because I had two of them. So we got another 9.8. I'm glad to see that. There were a couple of these that I did get multiples of. Here we got the Web of Spider-Man 90, which is, I got that on 9.8, which is kind of cool because I know they also grade the hologram in here. So getting a 9.8 on that is pretty cool. So I'm happy with that. I did have several of these and I did submit several of them. So we'll see what we got going on here. Something is Killing the Children. This is issue number 16. This is the 1 per store variant. So getting that, and this is the Virgin variant, because so getting that on 9.8, great. Happy to see that. Next up, we got Inferno number 1. This is the Art Germ Virgin variant. That's a pretty awesome cover. The art on that is beautiful. One of my favorite artists, cover artists right now. Okay, and this is Venom number 1, another Virgin variant. This is also one of my other favorite artists. This is from Peach Momoko, and I love her work. So I'm going to pause for a second and move these out of the way. So next up out of the box, what do we got here? Oh, cool. This is a series that I like. This is Noctera number 1. This one is the variant cover K. It's just a nice black and white kind of sketch type of variant. I love that art. Great story if you haven't read it. Next up, we've got another Noctera one. This is the Comics Pro edition, which is another sketch variant, which another cool cover to have. Great to see that in a 9.8 as well. Let's see what else we got. Next we got here. This is Berserker number 1, the 1 per store variant. You got that nice little color swatch going across there, the 9.8. Loving it. Now, I know not everything in here is probably going to be a 9.8 because there's some stuff that I don't even really know. All right, this is Something That's Killing the Children, issue number 5, 9.8. This is, again, one of my favorite series at the time. It's a great story, great art, and love seeing it in a 9.8. That's staying in my collection. Here's another Something's Children, number 10. I think eventually I'm probably going to get all of these graded because I have the entire series from issue number 1, which you may have seen in another episode, but number 10 and a 9.8. All right, this here is Powers of X1. Got another 9.8 going in there, and it's looking pretty good. Looks like we got through a couple of these cardboard separators. All right, now here we have the Web of Spider-Man number 90. This was the first printing. This one's coming back as a 9.6. So the one I showed earlier was gold in the center. That was the second printing. So this is the first printing. This is came back as a 9.6. The collection I had has a lot of these in it. So I decided to send quite a few just to check them out. And here is another of the same. Also came back as a 9.6. Which is pretty good. And one part of this whole experiment of submitting these was just kind of seeing, looking at these comics and kind of assessing them myself because I'm not a professional grader, and just seeing what comes back with what grade. Here we have another one. This one came back as a 9.4. And so one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at these a little bit closer afterwards and kind of see if I can see what the graders may have pointed out or looked at to make it a 9.4 instead of a 9.6 or 9.8. So I'm going to, since we have another of the same one here. So this is the second printing. This one is a 9.8. That's the one with the gold in the center, the gold hologram. And since we came to another break here, I'm going to move these out of the way. One sec. Okay, now that we cleared some space, let's continue on. Next one up. All right, this is Moon Knight number 1. This is Mark Spector Moon Knight number 1. Came back as a 9.6. That's pretty cool art. Great Disney Plus series if you haven't seen it. All right, the next one that we had up. This is Spectacular Spider-Man number 107. This one was the black Spider-Man suit. This one came back as a 7.0. And I'm going to look at that and figure out why. Let's see if we can figure that out. But that's a cool cover, cool comic. Next one we got back here. This is Batman number 497. This is the third printing, which came back as a 9.6, which is kind of cool. It's a cool cover. I had a lot of these covers, so I submitted a couple of them just to see what they look like. Now this is the Batman 497. This is the first printing. It came back as a 9.4. It's kind of hard to tell the difference between the printings because they look very similar, but it's in the title here where you can see the difference. I don't know. I had to figure that one out because it wasn't obvious to me at first. All right, next thing we got up. This is Once and Future. This is the Comics Hub edition. This came back as 9.8. This is issue 1. This is also a pretty funny comic if you haven't read it. It's about, Arthurian legend, but it's pretty cool in modern times. All right, this is Superboy 9, which is the first appearance of King Shark. This one came back as a 6.5. A little disappointed in that one, but I'm going to take a closer look and see why that one came back like that. So I had a couple of these as well. So this one came back as a 9.6. So a little bit happy with that one. We'll take a look and see if we can compare the two and see what it is that I missed the first time looking at it. Or, maybe I just submitted them both just because that's a cool cover to have. Next up we've got Dark Hawk number 50. This one came back as a 9.2. And that one, again, is a kind of a cool cover. And I want to see what it's going to look like. So that looks like that's everything that was in this box. So I have a bunch more boxes to open. If you come back, check out the channel some more. You can see some more of these videos. You make sure that you hit the like and subscribe button so that you can see more of this content. And let us know what you like and let us know if you want to see anything different, okay? That's it for Super J Sci for right now. Peace.